Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Good evening. Yep, we are here live always here in the Monster Studios, ladies and gentlemen, on a Thursday. I know y'all are thirsting. Let's welcome our guest live tonight. Let's give it up for Tiana Kocher.
For the past 2 years I've been trying to get over you. What did I do? Why did I lose you? The hardest thing I ever had to do, and it isn't fair. Don't know why you left. Tired of crying. I'm trying to let go now. You're gone now. I'm hurting. I'm dying inside. You're gone now, and I really miss you. Sometimes I ask myself why you weren't with me, why the pain is still here. I need to hear your voice to smile. Right now I'm scared and confused, and I'm missing you. Tired of crying. I'm trying to let go now. You're gone now. I'm hurting. I'm dying inside. You're gone now, and I really miss you. Tired of crying. I'm trying to let go now. You're gone now. I'm hurting. I'm dying inside. You're gone now, and I really miss you.
Yeah, in front of a live studio audience. Tiana,
What's up?
you missed that person that much? You wrote that
Oh
song.
man, nah, that person's like 6 years ago. This song is actually 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how you doing? Welcome to the Monster Studios.
Thank you for
I've been-
having me.
I've been hearing a lot of buzz about your music, so we gotta have you here. You know what it is. Yeah. So tell us the journey. How did you get started writing music, and what led you to somehow create it and use it? Have it as a career.
I mean, it's cliche. I grew up singing, dancing, acting. I did repertory as a kid
Here?
out here. Yeah. Yeah. So I did rep. I was always kind of immersed in the whole musical theater scene because that's where I felt most comfortable because contrary to popular belief, I'm a very shy person. It may not seem like it, but I feel very comfortable just sharing the spotlight, I guess you could say. So I never fully considered just being like my own solo artist. so there came the time when I was, doing my college applications and whatnot, and I was like, well, what do I want to do with my life? So I applied to a bunch of musical theater schools, and I got accepted into one in the UK, and so I moved there. And I was just gonna do the whole West End thing, Like I was so convinced I was gonna live there at the time. I had a boyfriend there.
Oh, the boyfriend.
I was like, you know what, I maybe London's calling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then one spring break I came home because English weather is awful.
Too cold.
It's
too
just
foggy.
It's raining all the
Yeah.
time. And so I came home for a spring break because I didn't want to spend it out there. And so my family and we went to the beach, and while we were there was like a guy busking, beachfront, and so my mom was like, oh, go sing with him. I was like, this stranger? And so I literally went up to him and I was like, hey man, do you know the chords to Put Your Records On by Corinne Bailey Rae?
Yes.
And he was like, yeah.
The
So
AGA.
we just started jamming,
Uh-huh.
and my mom being a mom, like she filmed the whole thing, right? And then she uploaded it to Facebook, and it went like semi-viral. I'm not gonna say viral.
So your
but,
nana is like, my God, my daughter.
but
look."
exactly. And but when she uploaded that, a bunch of producers out in LA, saw it and was like, oh, she has to come to LA to record some demos.
Mhm.
And so that summer, I went out to LA. This was the summer.
How old are you at that time?
I was 18.
18.
Yeah. So this was summer of 2017,
Mhm.
summer 2017. And then from there, the rest is history. I was able to sign a distribution and pub deal under Universal at the time. I was with them for a little over a year. And so that's kind of how I got started with music and my own artistry.
I mean, that's in the global spectrum of
Yeah.
things. You know what I mean? That and then so things seem to be okay. We're now 100%. We're gonna go world domination.
Yep.
Is it the pandemic?
And then the pandemic hit.
Okay, so the borders started closing.
Yep. I literally landed
Mhm.
March 13 here in the Philippines, and then the next day the borders closed.
Mhm.
So I was like, well, I'm stuck here. So I was here for a couple months up until I could get the jab, and I went back to the States. But yeah, it kind of rocked my entire world, because that year I actually had booked like a bunch of festivals in the US. Like I was gonna do South by Southwest. I booked a festival for spring break in Big Bear with Vanilla Ice.
Wow.
I even booked the 420 festival in Denver. That's like the biggest one, because
That's like their
Denver.
Coachella.
Yeah, it's Denver. So that really rocked my world a little bit. But it's okay. I believe everything happens for a reason.
So when things happen like that, as a musician, when everything seemed promising, then the world just closes on you. What kept you going? It seems like, okay, how did you feel? It's like, all right, crap, what am I going to do? I'm in the Philippines. Am I going to make music, or am I going to go link up with people? Were you making music here?
I wasn't allowed out of my house. I mean,
People thought that was zombie apocalypse
it
time,
was
right?
it was because I live with my grandparents, and so none of us were really allowed to go outside, just because gotta keep
Yeah,
them
you gotta keep them
safe,
safe. Yeah.
But thankfully, I was still able to release a lot of records, because that 2020 I released my first project. I had those in the vault already, because I had just been working on so much music in 2019 prior to
Because
the
you're gonna go
pandemic.
on tour, you're supposed to.
I really
yeah.
was. I was going to, like, I rest in peace, but Aaron Carter was also going on tour that year, and we were talking about me opening for him. So like it was, 2020 was just a whole like wow for me.
But with the losses of 2020, there's also the gains of
Absolutely.
being digitally knowledgeable now. That you could do Zoom meetings. You know what I mean?
I was Zoom's number one customer, I swear.
You know what I mean? Having
Yes.
meetings and having recordings and all that.
Yeah.
Now, what led you back to music? What led you back to, okay, let me go make my music?
I went back to the States. Got my heart broken.
Best way ever.
No, like
It'll
honestly,
make you productive. It'll make you
honestly,
good.
like it sucks that this happens all the time, but every time I start to feel kind of like stagnant or just a little like that, boom, I get my heart broken. I'm in the studio
yeah.
every day again.
What are you writing about?
Right
Other than
now?
that- yeah. What's the heart break line that what was the line that you produced that when you say it now you're like, oh my god, that was masakit?
I'm gonna sing it later, but one of my favorite lines I've ever written was broken heart better than FBI. Because, like when girls are just heartbroken, they just find out everything. So, we're kind of better than the FBI.
I was going to go, why?
But, that. So, yeah, went back, got my heart broken. And then just started writing stuff again.
So you're like Halsey and Adam Levine all in one right now. Gonna make that hit record.
Yeah.
Okay, so this exciting stuff, and thank you for bringing the Monster to your journey of music.
No,
I hear a lot of buzz about you from Gail too. You know what I mean? Gail's like, "Gail, you gotta guess my girl Tiana." I'm like, dude, we on that. Okay, so for the rest of the year, what's the goal? Are you gonna release a full album? For those that are tuning in, we have Tiana Kocher. She is joining us. She is an R&B artist from the States, but based here in the Philippines. Just making music, collaborating with great musicians. So what's the goal for the remaining of the year? What's to look forward to?
The goal is to stay inspired because I never, ever want to hit a writer's block again, So just staying inspired, being around people that just uplift me and fill up my cup because, in LA, it gets a little sad.
Yeah.
It's very competitive, but it's nice to be here. It's nice to be home. So I am working on an album. It's in the works. I've never written an album before. I have 2 EPs out. So this is a little different for me, having to churn out this much music. But I mean, I would love to collaborate with,
local
local artists.
Are you open to who? Like,
potentially,
you gotta name some.
Potentially releasing a song in Tagalog. Who knows? I mean,
Wow.
I linked up with JR before he left to go back to LA. So we have something written, him, Mika, and I. I just did a track with Young Coco.
Who's also a product of our indie ground here.
He's
so
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love him. I've been also working with Luke and Ivo from Player 2. They're dope. So
we also had him here.
Yeah. So yeah.
I see the energy of the people you're with. That's exciting stuff.
No,
Tiana.
they're all the homies. They're all cool kids. Yeah. It's like nice to see this generation of artists too that are shaping the industry out here.
So what to look forward to? Okay, that sort of album that you're working on. Is there any shows that's upcoming?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, hopefully.
Where can they find you to hear your music?
At Tiana Kocher everywhere. That's TianaKocher.
All right, you got
Everywhere.
that? People tuned in. You got that? What's the next song you got for us? You take us out with this song. Okay,
Yeah.
the song you guys are hearing in the background, that's her current single, Location.
Yeah, written and produced with a fully Danish team. First time working with just all Europeans. It's very, because they love like house, they love dance, so kind of fit the vibe to do something like that with them.
All right, so we're gonna have her sing this last song, and then we'll take you out with Location.
Yep.
You had some shout outs? You want to greet some of your homies?
I mean, thank you guys for having me. Thank you,
Anytime.
Rico. Thank you, Gail. I truly appreciate it.
Here on the Monster, we make way for all the great musicians, and we are looking forward to you selling out Filipina
Hey.
Arena.
Come on, one day.
Yeah, you got
Claiming
it.
it.
You
Claiming
got
it.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Tiana, live with us here on the Monster.
Perfect Sunday, only blue waves. We looked happy, but I was going through it. All my senses really knew it. Said to end it, but I believe you in. Picking daisies, contemplating. As you say things, but never really do 'em. You never put through for me. My intuition's always right. Broken heart better than FBI. I had your back, but you just proved me wrong. You proved me wrong. You proved it. Then everything unfolded, yeah. It happened in a moment. You broke it, babe. You stayed in my place, you stay in my way. You said you loved me just to make me sound insane. Everything I did for you, babe. 'Cause I just wanna get for trusting you, love you, taking you for your word. What I get for doing you, wanting you, am I defending you too? Broken heart better than FBI. I had you back, but you just proved me wrong. You proved me wrong, you proved it. Then everything unfolded, yeah, yeah. It happened in a moment, you broke it, babe. You stayed in my place, you stayed in my way. You said you loved me just to make me sound insane. Everything I did for you's in vain. And I'm not going back, 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 back. Said I'm not going back, 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 back. And I'm not going back, 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 back. Said I'm not going back, 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 back. Thank you.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.